Yesterday, General Ibrahim Babangida launched a book titled A Journey in Service yesterday, where a lot of dignitaries attend. Obasanjo, Tinubu, just to name a few. They attended this event, and donations were also made towards the construction of a presidential library. And the shockest thing ever that happened at the event was the fact that Ibrahim Babangida, after so many years of not talking about this topic, decided to finally open up that MKO Abiola actually won the annulled election. They proclaimed they proclaimed freest and most fairest election in Nigeria. He confessed that MKO Abiola won that particular election. And the question now is like, what next? What next? What is the next step? Should the family be compensated? Because in my own personal view, this confession should not just, be accepted and people should move on. Who are the people that should pay for that offense? Because it is an offense. It is an offense. Ever since the annulment of June 12 election, I don't think that Nigeria has recovered. Nigeria has not recovered from that because ever since that election, all of the subsequent elections that have been organized since that election, none has been as free, none has been as fair as that particular election. Until today, we are still talking of the fact that we are still talking of election rigging. We are still talking of election manipulation of results and all of that. That has been the topic that we have been talking about. Since that time, Nigeria have not heard the result of election and, people will go out in jubilation, just like people jubilated then, thinking that MKO Abiola would win the election. So what next? What should happen? Should the people who are responsible for the annulment, should they be held accountable? Because this man obviously knows that he's very close to his grave. He will soon die. He's old. Maybe that is why he chose this time, to announce that MKO Abiola actually won. But anyway, today we are here to talk about the fact that Sowore is actually calling for the arrest and imprisonment of people like Obasanjo, David Mark, Ibrahim Babangida, to hold these people accountable because according to him, he says they are responsible, Obasanjo as well. Before we delve right into the details of today's news, if this is your first time here or you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? Please go ahead and subscribe, like this video as well. That way YouTube is able to recommend this video to other YouTube viewers all around the world. Lastly, please leave your opinions in the comment section as well. Without further ado, let's delve right into the details of today's news. Omoyele Sowore, former presidential candidate of the African Action Congress, AAC, has called for the prosecution of Ibrahim Babangida IBB, Olusegun Obasanjo, Abdulsalami Abubakar, and David Mark, stating they should all be in jail. Sowore's remarks came after IBB revealed that Moshood Abiola won the 1993 presidential election, which was annulled by the military regime. According to Sowore, IBB's admission about Abiola'S victory is enough reason for these key political figures to face legal consequences. On his social media platform, Sowore criticized IBB, Olusegun Obasanjo, Abubakar, and Mark, asserting that their actions regarding the annulled June 12 election warranted their imprisonment. Earlier, Sowore had also criticized IBB's upcoming autobiography launch, suggesting that IBB would falsely place the blame for the annulment on late General Sani Abacha, another former dictator. That's the truth, because he knows that the man is not alive to defend himself. Of course, who else to put the blame on? According to him, he said that the election was annulled without his knowledge. He did not know. But how come? How come was the election annulled without your knowledge? Is that possible? Or you are just trying to fix the blame on one person that is dead and is not alive to, speak for himself and defend himself? I'm very sure that if Sani Abacha was alive, he would have a lot to say. He might even antagonize that statement, But what do we know? Like I said at the beginning of this video, I feel like, it's not just enough for us to hear and confirm what we have been suspecting all these years. People knew, we knew all along. But this confession is just like the solid evidence to just say that MKO Abiola won the election of June 12. But I think that, we just getting a confession out of IBB is not enough. People need to pay. Who are the people responsible for the annulment of the election? Who are those people? We need to know. That is the question that Nigerians need to be asking. And kudos to Sowore for, saying that these people should be jailed. If they are responsible, why not? They should be jailed. And also, should the family of MKO Abiola, should they be compensated? Because imagine if he won that election, if he was, sworn in as the president, imagine Nigerians too needs to be compensated. Let me even say that. Yes. Because imagine what Nigerians would have benefited. This is a man that is still remembered up till today for free education in Nigeria. Don't forget that. Imagine what we would have benefited as a country if he had become the president. Imagine that. So I feel like his family as well needs to be compensated. Imagine what it would have become, or maybe he wouldn't have been killed. Who knows? But, before we go, guys, let's take a look at some of the reactions we got online. Effiong Patrick says, what does Sowore know? Must he cry? Louder than the bereaved. Hey, is he not a Nigerian? He's a Nigerian now. That's why we're talking about it. This has been an hot topic for years. And now that we are getting a confirmation, in fact, a confession from IBB, from the one who was in charge of the election back then, now that we are getting a confirmation from him saying that MKO Abiola actually won the election, you don't want him to talk? Okay, Saint David says, it was not really IBB. All the coups and counter-coups were batches. The other two persons he mentioned are alive. Abiodun Shegun says, useless people everywhere. He puts all the blame on dead people who cannot wake up and defend themselves. There is God, though. Of course, now. Why did you think he waited this long to voice out, to say something about it? And it's so sad that all these people they were just kicking and smiling in his face, as if he's not supposed to be giving a slap, although he's old, but, it's history. It's history. Everything he did, it's in writing. It's in writing. Tinubu even said when he was giving a speech that, there was a time when, they protested and, because the Senate has been annulled, they did not stand down. They were still conducting their meetings, meeting and, still discussing. And then when IBB found out, he walked up to him and, shook his hand and said, you are very courageous, meaning that, the way I looked at it, but it seemed like Tinubu did not give it that same meaning. The way I looked at it was like, you are courageous. Like, how dare you get mind, do you get mind to antagonize me? But at the end of the day, he said they got to the hotel and, they found out that they've been locked out. The door to the hotel was locked and they were stranded outside. Thank you very much for always listening, guys. This is where I'm going to draw the curtain for now. I will see you all in my next video. Bye for now.